How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is the live stream post episode 21 and the second post 21 live stream. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Jody, how's it going? How was your day, buddy? It's been an interesting 24 hours, so I will get into that here in just a minute. But how about you? How are you and the missus doing tonight? Hopefully y'all are doing great. Real good. Hey, I love it. Love hearing it. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. So yeah, we've got a lot to do tonight. We've got a whole bunch of contracts that need to get done. And yeah, it has been an interesting 24 hours, like I said. If anybody out there has seen the recent posts that I have made to the channel, the specifically like the comments, or are they comments or are they posts? I think they're called posts. Will know that I've had a bit of an issue past couple of days with Farming Simulator 22, specifically after the new what is it, 1.13.1 update came out, the latest patch. Whew, was that not fun. We'll just call it as what it is. It wasn't fun at all. Oh man, so we're gonna wait just a few more minutes, see if anybody else joins us tonight, because this was completely impromptu. Last minute, decided to come on here tonight. Sorry I didn't give everyone a bit more of a heads up. It was just one of those that everything kind of fell into place. Wasn't even planning on coming on, but then just last minute decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on, do a stream rather than record an episode or anything like that, because we still have a ton of contracts that are left to do and a lot of work, so we're gonna figure it out from there. So give it about one more minute, I think, before we get going here. Can't wait for that new DLC. Yes, cannot wait. I started seeing some of the bigger content creators like Farmer Cop and I think Driver 53 started putting out some early access content for. I know Farmer Cop did a map tour of Sri Lanka, and I believe Driver 53 I saw put out some like guides and tips with all the new equipment that they're doing, specifically around the like carrots and parsnips and red beets, all that stuff. So we'll see how all that stuff goes once it drops. Let's see, just checking a couple of things real quick before we get rolling. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party rolling. And if you're out there in the audience just listening in, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're out there, because unfortunately YouTube does not give me kind of a list of who's out there. I can only see numbers. So if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and let me know. Let's see. What do you got to do on the farm? Well, nothing really needs to be done around the farm, but I just have a whole bunch of contracts that I need to do. I've got 3 already. I've got 1 baling to make some hay, and then I've got 2 harvests to do. Let's see, an oat and a wheat. One's going to grain mill, one's going to the resale cereals, and I've got all these to do as well. I'm likely not going to get all these done tonight, but gonna get as much done as we can. So let's go ahead and get this party rolling. Whew. So like I said, for anybody who has seen my most recent post to the channel, last night I went to hop on to do a bit of recording. I was going to record an episode 22 last night. Well, went to hop on after the new patch update came out, and you know how you go to load into your game and whatnot, and it goes to the loading screen, and 1, 2, 3, 10, 20% hits, and then nothing. It just sits there and freezes. and I'm not really paying much attention, because I'm kind of distracted. I was on my phone waiting for it to load and all that stuff. Well, as I'm sitting there waiting for it to come up, I all of a sudden look up to realize it's still on 20%. It hasn't moved, and I'm like, huh, well, that's weird. And like I said, the only thing that changed, the only thing that was different was the new patch. It worked just fine the day before on my birthday. And again, thank you everybody who stopped by on my birthday and hung out and gave me all the happy birthdays and all that stuff. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. That was awesome. I had so much fun. But yeah, I went to get on last night, and it was just would not let me. I spent almost 3.5 hours going row by row by row, because I determined that it was a mod conflict. Because what had happened was I went to go start a new map just to see, okay, well, is this a mod conflict or is this something that's going on with my map? Because I started having a new issue pop up with my map here recently, with Hills of Tuscany here. And it's actually a really wild thing. So if I go to save the game, right, and I exit out of the game, I hit the quit button, all of a sudden just everything freezes, brings up this kind of weird screen. It just looks like, basically it just looks like the map kind of freezes and freaks out before it can quit. It's really, really wild. Like, don't know why it started happening, don't know if something happened. Anyways, that's beside the point. So I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to narrow it down to it not being some kind of issue, some kind of like actual mod conflict. And sure enough, I went and loaded into just a base game of Elm Creek with all my mods. 20% hit, frozen, doesn't move at all. I'm like, okay, well, there I know at minimum it's a conflict in the mods. But again, I didn't download anything that day. The only thing that I downloaded, potentially, were the updates to that Giant put out for all of the various packs and stuff that they do. So they did the Gavile pack, they did the Kubota pack, and I think a couple other packs that they updated. And it was one of those that when everything was said and done, I was convinced that, okay, it's either one of those updates either messed up, or the patch came through and it completely tanked all of my tanked a mod somewhere. So what I ended up doing was I turned off here, let's go over here. Yeah, so oh hey, I still have my harvester right there I need to go and take care of. Anyways, I went ahead and started with the Giants packs to see if it was one of those that was a problem. And as there's a car right there. And as I was going through and trying, nothing. All the packs seemed to work fine. It was still freezing after deactivating all the various packs. Well, I then decide, okay, well, if that's not going to work, I'm going to go line by line and deactivate a whole group of mods to see if I could get anything. And before yesterday, I didn't realize this, but it makes sense, but I just didn't dawn on me. But there are mods that I have downloaded, they're actually dependent upon other mods. I've seen this with maps, the mods required kind of thing. Well, there's mods, that are required for other mods that I had no idea, didn't know. And as I'm going through and I'm going line by line by line, so it's like however many, like 5 or 6, mods per line. I'm just deactivating that line, trying to fire it up. Freezes at 20%. Go to the next line, deactivate those mods, go there. I finally get to the line that shows the. Actually, I took pictures. Let me just double check what they were. It was the Lime Factory. So I got down to the Lime Factory mod. I deactivated that, and then it turns out that the Lime Factory is dependent upon not Zero Ito. Oh goodness, what is the mod? A Zuddlezocht mod called Mineral Feed Productions. And between those two mods, I deactivated both of them, and then all of a sudden, it started spinning. It got to 20%, sat there for a second like it normally does, and then all of a sudden, boom, goes on and starts to load and gets to 100% and brings me into the game. So I'm like, yes. So we finally narrowed it down to the line of mods. That is the problem. So then I go mod by mod in that line to figure out, it's specifically the Lime Factory, and it's, because it's paired with the mineral feed production. That was, whoops. That's how I determined, and I just went, it was just an absolute nightmare. One after another until finally, whoops, what am I doing? Until finally found the mod that was making the conflict. And like I said, I've had both of those mods for forever. It's been a long time, but so it had to be something with the new patch that came out that just all of a sudden made it to where it wasn't liking it anymore. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was my night last night. I was planning on doing an episode, but ended up having to diagnose everything. So it was one of those, I was really worried that we were going to have to either abandon the whole Let's Play series, and then once I realized, okay, well, it's not localized to just this map or just it's something to do with the mods. And I'm like, okay, well, at least it's salvageable. We can figure out what mod is causing the issue. Yeah, and I've got so many mods loaded, so much stuff going that finally just, like I said, almost 3.5 hours of just sitting there going line by line. It was a nightmare, just an absolute nightmare. But here we are tonight. We're able to do this, and yeah, and today was a whole nother. I'm not going to say either day was bad. Neither day was bad. I had really good days yesterday and today. It was just there was a lot of things that needed to be done yesterday and today. So just really busy days. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here real quick and see what's being said. I'm going to pull over right here. Let's see. So, Jody says 32 away from 1,000. I know, so close. It was actually 31 before we hopped on the stream here, and then I saw that I lost one, so I was a little bummed out coming onto the stream and already going down by one. But that's all right, it happens. We get people to come in, get people to come out, but it has just been the growth this month, ever since the 28th, has been staggering. I actually did some calculations and found that since the 28th, and I think I did the calculations yesterday, I had over 71 subscribers since the 28th, and it was like a 11-day span. So it was just incredible. I'm just floored at how much we're growing in such a short amount of time. And then today, several more people today just subscribed to the channel. I saw that growth going and going. So I'm so excited. We're so close. We're getting there. We just got to keep on pushing. Anybody who watches my Instagram knows that that's one song that I really like to put on, to certain bits of clips or stories. It's called Keep On Pushing. I forget who sings it, but yeah, it's just, we got to keep on pushing. Let's see. Jody also says we're getting old. Yeah, I'm getting there, but it's all right though. Gonna age gracefully, as I like to say. It's one of those that age is just a number. Doesn't matter how high or how low it is. I know plenty of people who are, older than me that still got plenty pep in their step, and ain't nothing gonna slow them down, kind of thing. And that's what I'm gonna go for. It's just not gonna be slowed down by nothing. So let's see. And Jody says, I have a little bit of trouble, but I'm figuring it out. What's the trouble there, bud? Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great evening so far. Says, good evening. Just got done cooking dinner, and I sat down to eat and saw that you were live streaming. So here I am. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, it was a very impromptu stream. I was saying earlier how yesterday I was having all sorts of issues. Ever since the new patch came out yesterday, was getting to the 20% mark, and then the whole game froze. I had to go line by line after realizing there was some kind of mod conflict. I went line by line by line to figure out what was going on. And after 3.5 hours, booyah, here we are. I was able to find the mod that was in conflict. It was the Lime Factory paired with Zuttelzach's Mineral Feed Factory. Those two mods in conjunction with each other was breaking my system. I deactivated them. I actually uninstalled them, and yeah, here we are now. So I'm happy to say that we are, back up and running. Oof. So yeah, just glad to be back on. And today was like I said, it was a busy day. So kind of give you a little inside baseball, or inside look into my life. My wife absolutely loves decorating for the seasons. Doesn't matter what season it is, she loves to decorate for it. So, with Christmas, right around the corner, and us going on vacation here in the end of November, she decided that she wanted to be able to decorate for Christmas. She wants to have everything up and running so that when we get back, she doesn't have to sit there and worry and scramble and do all that stuff there. She can just kind of come home and relax and enjoy the house being all set up and kind of go from there. And I don't blame her whatsoever. But because she likes to decorate, she loves, because she loves to decorate, she has every square inch of stuff just being able to set up for the house. So we've got little dolls, and we've got the little miniature houses for Christmas, and all this just decorative stuff to put all around the house. And I'm actually in my man cave, which is where I do all my recordings, and I'm looking over my right shoulder right now and seeing at least 12 to 14 totes worth of stuff that I had to get down from the garage, in the attic in the garage, to bring here so she can set everything up today. Well, she didn't want to set everything up tonight. She's going to be setting it up over the weekend, but she's going to be taking down all the fall decorations. So we had a whole bunch of fall decorations, and now it's time to set up for Christmas. And yeah, it was fun going up and down into the attic, getting all the totes down, making sure I wasn't getting all the outdoor decorations mixed up with the indoor decorations, and making sure that I didn't get any of the indoor tree decorations, because we don't need the tree decorations just yet. And she had this whole laundry list of stuff that she wanted done, for getting stuff, getting the right decorations, and keeping the other decorations in the garage. And it was just, yeah. So now my back's a little bit sore because I'm going up and down and lifting all these, and unfortunately I couldn't get to my air compressor because as I mentioned before, my father lives on the property with us, and he ended up swapping his bed out here recently. He had a king bed, and he recently downgraded to a queen because it's just him. And he's like, you know what? I don't need a king mattress. I'd much rather have a queen for the room that I'm in, and actually have like a little bit of walking space in between the walls and the bed, kind of thing. So he ended up downgrading the king to a queen, and now his king mattress is out in our garage, and we've got to take it to the dump and whatnot. So it's just one of those, just got to find the time to be able to do all this stuff. Well, it's sitting right in front of my air compressor, and it's whoops, nope, stop. Okay, there we go. So it's am I going to the right? I'm going in the complete wrong direction. The complete wrong direction. Well, that's what we get when we sit here and tell tales. It's just not paying attention where we're going. Oh well, we'll go the long way. Let's see. So we've got, let's catch up with the chat since we got a bit of straight road here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh, Hillbilly Farmer says hello to Jody, and Jody says hi back. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer says, how are you and the family doing? Hillbilly Farmer says, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm pretty much, I'm better now that I'm able to kind of relax and kind of spin down. I'm glad that I'm finally back, able to get back into my game. I was panicking yesterday trying to get everything kind of figured out. Thankfully, it was just a mod conflict. It wasn't some kind of, Giants issue from, the new patch. It was something related to the patch, but it wasn't some kind of massive issue that I was able to resolve and figure out, kind of thing. It was just a mod conflict, not, nothing too scary or, out of control. Let's see. Hillbilly Farm says, really glad to hear that. Or no, I'm sorry. Jody says, doing real good today. Hillbilly Farmer says, really glad to hear that. Jody says, every day you wake up, it's a good day. 100%. Yep. Cannot disagree with that. And also says the new patch. The new patch, it's one of those, I understand they have to do these things to get ready for the new. And why am I driving by the field again? All right. You know what? We're just going to pull over here. Going to park in somebody's field. It's fine. It's fine. I disconnect from that. There we go. All right. Now there's no evidence whatsoever. I didn't drive in somebody's field. You're not seeing this. It's all a figment of your imagination. Oh goodness. So yeah, with all that stuff that was going on with getting all the decorations down and all that, I was just really not 100% certain if I was going to be able to come on tonight, because I didn't know how much decorating my wife was going to want to do tonight. It was just one of those kind of, everything was up in the air. And once I finally realized, okay, things are starting to wind down, able to kind of, get back to what I was, get back to kind of a normal, night, even though it was a little bit later than I was expecting. That's how it all kind of worked out. So I'm really glad that kind of worked out. Let's see. Hey, Dust Bunny says, hello everyone, not sure how long I'll be here, keep dozing off, but I'll be here a while. I appreciate you coming on tonight. I know it was a really late start to the stream, wasn't even planning on doing a stream, like I said, just so happened to work out the way it did. BMW, hello, hey BMW, how are you doing? What time is it? It is 9:39 Eastern Standard over here. What time is it for you there? Hope you're having a good day so far. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer says, good evening, Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny says, good evening, Hillbilly Farmer. Also says, I got 7:37 p.m. here where I am. Here in the morning. What time in the morning is it there? Let's see. Dust Bunny says, I have 9:37 Central Time. Let's see. Dust Bunny asks, "Are you in the UK?" BMW says, "What map do you want to play, or what map do you play?" So this is the Hills of Tuscany, and oh, BMW says they're in the EU. Okay, well, thanks for joining us here. Are you asking what map Big Daddy is playing? So this is, she said, this is the Hills of Tuscany. And Jody says, "How you doing, Dust Bunny?" Whew, we got all caught up. So yeah, this is the Hills of Tuscany. I forget the map maker's name. Is it actually? You know what? I've got it right here. Johnny X Pro was the map maker here. So let's get this all back, because now I've got everything. There we go. And yeah, this is it's a really nice looking map, but the more and more I'm playing on it, unfortunately, more and more issues are cropping up. So I was mentioning this earlier, but I had a new problem rear its ugly head here over the past couple of days. So what is going on now? You know, after all the issues I've talked about here, it's gotten to the point to where we're starting to cross into the realm of me getting to the point of recommending away from playing this map. And what's happening now is that after I save the game and go to exit, the whole game freezes. Now again, it's a small inconvenience. It's not a game ender, but we're starting to get to that death of the thousand cuts like I've been talking about, where you just get so many small problems that eventually you get sick and tired of trying to combat and overcompensate for those issues. And that's kind of where I'm getting at here, is I'm getting to the point to where I'm tired of having to deal with, issue after issue after issue, even though they're small issues and they're not unmanageable. It's just getting to the point where you're just done. You're getting done dealing with all the issues, and it's getting to a point where we're starting to get towards the latter half of the series, where I'm gonna be coming up on episode 22. And once we come on to episode 22, we're on the back half of the schedule kind of thing. And there's no firm number of episodes with any of my content. So, typically around the 30 episode mark is where things start to wind down and wrap up kind of thing. But it's one of those, like I said, I don't have a firm number of episodes I want to meet. It's typically, I have a point in which I want to get to with all my Let's Plays. I'll set up a goal in my mind. I won't obviously relay that to everybody what that goal is, but I want to get to a certain spot, and once we get to that spot, then I can start like really kind of winding down and wrapping things up. But it's one of those where I'm really still hopeful to get to that point where I want to get to. But if things kind of keep progressing to where we're getting more and more issues and all these things, I don't know if we can. Right now we're able to, and I'm not sitting here saying that we're not going to finish the series or anything like that. As of right now, things have not gotten so bad to where we can't finish the series. But it's just, like I said, it's to just the level of annoying. Now, it's just that annoyance is ever and ever increasing. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. Hopefully it's just, this is it. Hopefully we've reached peak annoyance and hey. And we can just kind of go from there. We can kind of live with where we're at the moment and just... Wow, we got through a lot of this field. Well, let's go ahead and unload this, and then we'll go unload the case. And pow! There we go. Let's this. Now, instead of going the silly route like we did the first time around, let's go, the route of least resistance. Because we can't exactly go as, the crow flies. Well, I guess we could, but we're not gonna. We're gonna use the roads, and we're gonna be good. Gonna be a good boy. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's finally starting to feel like the weight coming off of the shoulders. Now that everything's kind of cleared up around here. You know what? We can come through here. Now that we finally got all the totes inside and everything's gonna, start looking like a small bomb is going off in my house. and bless my wife, she does an amazing job. She really does a great job on, making the house look festive all year round. Like I said, she does Easter, she does fall, she does Christmas, she does all these different decorations throughout she does Valentine's, just the whole 9 yards, and it just, she really makes the house look like a home, and it's all her doing. I have very little in the way of that. I try to do my best to clean up where I can, and that's about what I have to contribute in the ways of making the house into a home. My contribution into that was, the house when we first bought it, was a house of the 70s. It was built in the 70s, and it absolutely looked like it was from the 70s. I mean, the wallpaper that was here, we ended up replacing all of it and getting it to where it actually looks like a modern home, even though it's certainly not a modern home. But I replaced the floors, replaced the cabinets, replaced did all the things to make it look a bit more modern kind of thing. So now it looks like a house of the current century. But let's catch up with the chat, because I see that it's moved since the last I looked at it. So we've got, let's see, where did I leave off? Looks like Destiny says, I'm doing well, Mr. Jody. How are you and the missus and the little one? Jody says, me and the missus are doing good. Destiny says, awesome, good to hear. Jody says, my wife says, hey, everybody. Well, tell her that we all say hey, at least I say hey. And it looks like everybody else is going to say hey back. It says, hello, Mrs. Jody. Glad to hear you're doing well. And Jody says, relaxing in bed and watching my husband and buddy. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Nothing better than just to kick back, relax, and just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anyways, like I said, when we first bought this house, like I said, it was a house of the 70s. I think it was built in 78, and it was one of those that when you looked at it, well, I'll describe it like this. It was extremely dark when we first bought it. The living room had very dark, like brown, dark brown carpets. The walls were wallpapered with this really light brown kind of, they're not fleur-de-lis, but they're kind of like similar kind of style wallpaper, very kind of, I don't know, what the proper term, Art Deco maybe, kind of wallpaper look to it. It was just very dark. We ended up installing, well, I ended up installing, laminate flooring all throughout the living room, kitchen. Ended up working on cabinetry, painted, ripped down the wallpaper, painted over top of the walls, and in certain rooms ended up installing. Oh, hey, there's a tractor in the way. Oops, I forgot to come back here. Now, let's go and empty out this because it's already starting to get full. Catch up and empty this out. And yep, green tank's full, and I missed the opportunity to let it keep going. There we go. But now, what else did we do to this place? Let me think. Oh yeah, replaced the carpets in the bedrooms. Painted all the walls. Every single wall got paint on them. In the bathrooms, we ended up putting down not laminate flooring, but it's that kind of vinyl. Not like the sheet vinyl, but the individual tile vinyl. And oh, that was it. The whole bathroom was a complete gut job. So in the spare bathroom, we had it was the wildest setup. And again, it was very obvious, something from the 70s, where the bathtub that was there was just old and dingy, just looked terrible. But it was a really high-sided bathtub. Well, inside the bathtub, it was very short, like very, very short. Like my daughter would be able to like climb out of the tub itself, but she would have fell to the floor. It was the wildest bathtub I've ever seen, because it was very high when you're outside of the bathtub. You had to step up and over. But when you're in it, your head is almost hitting the ceiling because it was a very shallow tub kind of thing. Very wild. I've never seen anything like it before. But after... whoa, there's a car there. But for some reason, the previous owner, when they installed the cabinets, they had a cabinet actually inside the shower. It was the wildest setup, and they had actually installed a rubber gasket like around the cabinet, to where as water would spray and hit that the door, it would only go so far, because everything behind that was wood. So I've never seen, have I ever seen a cabinet inside a shower kind of thing. So we ended up changing around that whole cabinet in there, to where we ripped out the tub, we ripped out everything, we installed sheetrock, and did a really nice standing shower. Did all sorts of new tile work and all that. So it's a tiled-in shower. We ripped out the entire entrance for the cabinet on the shower side and turned it to where it was actually facing where the sink is. Um, yeah, just tons and tons and tons of work went into this place to get it to where it's, you know, I don't want to say livable. It was livable before, but it was just those kind of weird things that, you know, I don't know if the house was built like that, you know, back in the 70s, or if the previous owner just kind of did it, because the previous owner was a cabinet maker. We actually, well, I didn't know them personally, but the family knew him, kind of thing. Him and his wife, and one of those where he, the cabinetry in this place is gorgeous. I mean, it was all custom cabinets and real thick, uh, like these things are built like a tank. Like there's no, like, no way that these things are ever coming down, kind of thing, because they're just gorgeous. Um, and there's custom countertops in the kitchen there. They're actual, I think they're called cleaver boards, where are butcher's blocks. That's what they are. They're butcher's blocks. Right next to the stove. On both sides, they're just basically giant built-in cutting boards, and they're made out of massive, I think they're like 1.5 inch thick bits of wood. I forgot what the species is called. Anyways, it's just one of those, lots and lots of work went into this house, and now I've been talking about this for the past, however many minutes. I forget why I started talking about it in the first place. I am getting old. Holy cow. I'll start talking about a thing and then forget why I was talking about it. But anyways, let's see. Jody says, my wife said to your wife, say hey to the wife. Yes, I will absolutely say hey to the wife. And I'm still working on, a time and a place for my wife to be able to come hop on stream. So the hang up right now is just she's been incredibly tired because she's been busy here lately. So when we hop on the stream, typically what happens is after my daughter goes to bed, which is about 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll put her to bed, and then my wife will go lay in bed, and that's kind of her relaxing time. Well, this is the time where, is my relaxing time as well, but, I'll typically come on and hang out with you all, or I'll make episodes, or I'll do map tours, whatever. I'll work on the channel is basically what I'm doing during my quote-unquote relaxing time. And, yeah, it's just one of those that, by that time she's really tired, so trying to work it out to where she'll be able to come on and have a little bit of extra pep in her step to be able to come on and hang out and really kind of be a part of it, kind of thing. So where is this one going again? This is field 7. Where's 7 going? Resale suit. Oops. I thought I engaged cruise control, but apparently I didn't, or I bumped it and it didn't work out the way I planned it. So let me, go ahead and say this real quick. I want to thank everybody who's come out tonight to hang out, because, like I said, I know this was not. I didn't put out a post early saying, hey, we're going to be doing a stream tonight, so everybody coming out here tonight and just hanging out, at the spur of the moment, I greatly appreciate it, and apologize that I didn't have the ability to kind of, whoa, small, there we go, let's adjust it to 2-wheel drive instead of 4-wheel steer. But no, like I was saying, I didn't give any warning that we were going to be coming on tonight, and I just greatly appreciate everybody, making time and coming out and hanging out. Oh, and I think, oh yeah, the resale cereals, that's right around the corner over here. Okay. Oh, that's okay. I remember now. I remember why I started talking about the house is because the my wife, making this place a home. Well, uh, my contributions. That's why I was starting to talk about it. Whew, okay, I'm glad I was able to bridge that gap. Oh my goodness. And a lot of that too. It's I know it's not my age or anything like that. I know I joke about that, but it's one of those that I'm pretty tired tonight because of like I said, I was up pretty late last night trying to figure out what was going on, and I was really stressed out about um, what was going on. Trying to figure out, am I going to be able to oops, it's like 2,800, I think. Oh, we're so close. There it goes. Nice, 73 bucks. Yeah, I'll keep 2,600 liters of oats. You know what I ought to do? When I go and deliver this, I need to see just how much inventory I have at the farm there, because I know I've got a fair bit of stuff kind of squirreled away at the moment. I just need to kind of figure out what I can do with a lot of this stuff. Huh. I also need to start investing in some pigs. We've got the space for pigs, but I haven't taken any on yet. Need to figure that out. That or I mean, we're already almost into episode 22 and we have no pigs. Maybe that just might be a waste of time because we'll just be getting them just to get them. I need to also. That's something we need to do around here. Is I need to load the biogas plant so we can start making some extra money. We've got all that manure, all that slurry that can go into the biogas plant. Let's see. Oops. There we go. 2,400 liters of corn. Got wheat, spelt, soybeans, and oats. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and complete that. Oh, we're down there. Let's see. So we're just going to go ahead and empty all this out. There we go. But yeah, it was one of those. I tell you what, I've not been so scared, in regards to playing this game than I was last night. I was petrified that I wasn't going to be able to figure out what was wrong, and what was more terrifying about last night than anything was that I couldn't even load a fresh map, like a map that I have not, like a brand new map kind of thing. I couldn't even get beyond 20% on a new one. So it was one of those, like, what was scary about it is, the wondering of, am I going to be able to fix this? Am I going to be able to actually resolve the issue? And, am I going to have to go to a different map, or am I going to have to do this? But then I couldn't get to a new map to actually come up. So it was one of those, I'm just was really worried and was really freaking out last night. So I was really kind of like, anxious about how everything was going with that. It was just, yeah, it was no fun. Dust Bunny says, "Good night, everyone. Can't stay awake. Have a wonderful weekend." Well, hey, Dust Bunny, I appreciate you coming out for a little bit tonight. Like I said, I know it was last second and with no notice, but I greatly appreciate you coming out tonight. Hope you have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Hillbilly Farmer says, "Good night." And is that a Hillbilly Farmer? Is that a good night just to Dust Bunny, or is that just a good night in general? Are you taking off as well? Let's see. How much room do we have in here? 83. So yeah, we got some room in that. Let's go ahead and get, because we got a 107. Okay. Let's start getting our tractor fired up and get everything under control. Oops, let's leave the weight. We don't need the weight. Leave that there. Alright, so we're going to take this over to 107. We're going to start mowing. We got to turn that to hay. And I think... yeah, I think we're going to be doing a... whoops. A different setup here very soon. So, as I had mentioned before, the new mod by Black Sheep Modding, that with baler with the built-in windrower and the stacker that can all kind of come as one, that's going to be in the future. Like I can tell you for sure, and I might get it tonight. I'm not certain. Like I said, I try not to do a whole bunch of buying and doing all that stuff kind of on these streams. These are really meant to just kind of work. So I don't know. Let me ponder about it and think about it a little bit, because it's one of those that I don't necessarily want to I don't necessarily want to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff for the streams and not have any room left for the stories kind of thing, the storyline, for the Let's Plays. So nope. Yeah, I do want to turn here. Okay. Wow, we're already up to 80%. I feel like I just left. Here, you know what? Let's do this. Nope. Oop. Stop. Reverse. Stop what you are doing. There we go. Okay. There it goes. It's all the way down there, yes. Coming back this direction. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer, I accidentally hit the send as soon. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I do that so much. It's ridiculous. I'll sit there and I'll send a text to like friends, family, and whatnot, and I'll be, saying some big long thing, and I'll get about a quarter of the way through, and it's like boop, just like for no reason. Like my thumb will just go bleep and hit the send button. It's like, that's not where I intended to hit send kind of thing. So it's one of those, I'll just send like broken text messages every once in a while, like halfway through a thought kind of thing. There we go. Now we take this, where's this one going? Is this the farmer's market? Grain mill. Oh, okay. Whew, I'm glad I looked that up. I've been burned like that before, where I've accidentally sent all the product that was supposed to go to the grain mill through the farmer's market because they're right on top of each other, and all I was doing was looking at the map. Ugh, I've been burned doing that a couple of times. This is a nice trailer, 52,000 liters. Let's see, so we've got a... yeah, we'll cut through the grass. Now here's a question for everybody in the audience, and be honest. How many people have damage turned off on fields like myself, but they have they'll cut through fields? That's the question, is how many people stick to the roads as if they're actually driving on them, like the kind of whole, simulate kind of thing, versus how many people just cut through a field just because the damage is turned off. Like the shortest distance between 2 points kind of thing. Go. Dump this off. Perfect. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, let's see where this gets us. Oh, wow, 61%? Oh, nice. Nice. Oof. There we go. Made it through. Oops. Don't mind the silly man driving the big yellow tractor, cutting everybody off. Oh my goodness. And the tank is full again. I'm really shocked on how fast that tank is filling up. Just seems like it's a lot smaller than what I would feel, or I don't know. Just feels like it's filling up a lot, like far quicker than what it should. There we go. Now let's open that up. And then drop, turn on. Let's drop that down. Alright, here we go. Gotta make some hay. Again, got one of those moments where something goes rocketing into my brain. Some reasons, time to make the donuts all of a sudden just came screaming through. Oh my goodness. Time to make the donuts. Oh my goodness. So I used to watch a show way back in the, and I still do to this day. I've actually got I had it on DVD and then ended up putting it onto one of my servers, and a show called Frasier was pretty popular back in the day. And again, I time to make the donuts, but then all of a sudden that just leapt to whoa, what is going, what the, okay. But it's started thinking of one of the episodes from Frasier, because my wife, she started to watch the new remake of the show, and she made it like three or four episodes in. She actually said so far it's actually pretty decent. I'm a little worried. You know, any of the modern, you know, adaptations of shows, I am very hesitant to invest my time in, at least until somebody that I trust is like, oh yeah, no, that's a good show, or it's that, or this, you know, kind of thing. It's just one of those that, you know, because my time is so, you know, so full between, you know, work, daughter, wife, uh, YouTube, you know, between all that stuff, you know, keeping up, you know, maintenance on the house, all that stuff. Uh, it's one of those that I can't justify being like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna go see this movie, or I'm gonna, you know, you know, see this show, and it be, you know, just some kind of quote unquote trap. And what I mean by that is just one of those where a lot of the movies nowadays are more messaging than entertainment. You know, I've mentioned this on the channel, you know, quite often, that just the whole inspiration of this channel was, you know, just being so fed up with, you know, seeing all these TV shows and movies, and, you know, where it's, you know, message first and entertainment last. You know, it's just one of those that wanted to build a space where we could all kind of, you know, come together and have fun. And, you know, as I've mentioned many times, and it was always my intention to kind of fill the void that I feel like Hollywood and all of them are just kind of missing. You know, for the most part, there are some nuggets out there every once in a while that kind of slip through, that are genuinely entertaining, or a lot of fun to watch, kind of thing, or you know, whatever the case may be. But it's just one of those that it's too few and far between. You know, back when make myself sound old. Back in my day, no, you know, but back in like the 80s when I was born, um, on into the 90s and into the early 2s, you know, you were being entertained first, and then within that entertainment was, you know, occasional messaging, but it wasn't like so overt and over the top kind of messaging that it detracted from the entertainment. But now that's completely, you know, completely reversed, and now it's all, you know, the message first, and then maybe we'll throw in something that is slightly entertaining, or put a thin veneer of entertainment. Like I said, I personally don't have time for that anymore. You know, I want either to know that I'm going to be investing my time into something that's going to be genuinely worth, you know, worth my time, and I'm going to be enjoying it, kind of thing. You know, like a perfect example. Not that it's because of messaging or anything, but the show Game of Thrones. I still haven't finished it. I got, you know, about 3 or 4 seasons into it, and I was so far behind on it that I was starting to hear all the uproar about how it ended and how people were so dissatisfied and whatnot. And then eventually I heard from, you know, from one of my friends and somebody I trust, you know, they're like, well, don't bother. You know, don't bother finishing it, kind of thing. It's one of those that it's just not worth it, kind of thing. And again, not the messaging, it was just the lack of the entertainment. So it was just kind of the way it was kind of thrown together in the end, from what I understand. So you know, it was just disappointing because, you know, I remember, you know, a lot of the early episodes and all the way up to season 4 was a super entertaining show. But then all of a sudden it just kind of trailed off and just didn't know how to end, kind of thing. Let's see, let's go back. Oops. Alright, we're approaching the end of this field. There we go. Alright, so yeah, perfect. This should work out just fine. Normally I go in this direction, but I wanted to see how it worked with it going in this direction. It looks like it's actually doing pretty good. I'm happy with this. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer says, I mostly follow the roads, but if I'm in a hurry, I may cut through across a field or two. Yeah, that's I tend to do the same thing. I try to stick to the roads and I try to be a good boy, but one of those, especially if nobody's watching, I'll you know, cut through and, you know, take a shortcut. You know, so it's one of those that that's why I appreciate maps where there's kind of physical barriers that prevent you from doing that, because then it kind of keeps you honest. Like a good example is the map Between the Mountains, and I wish that map would get an update. It's one of those that, in my opinion, that's one of the cooler maps, and would be very high on one of my top 10s. Might not be like in the top 5, but it would certainly be in the top 10. Would absolutely be up there. But the problem is that because there's so many bugs already built into the cake, I just can't put it up there. But it's very aesthetically pleasing, and almost even with those issues, almost took the spot of this series, of this Let's Play, The Hills of Tuscany. But this one edged it out, because at the time, all the issues that are now cropping up in this Let's Play series were all too subtle to know off the top, kind of thing. They just weren't so in your face until you get established, kind of thing. So one of those that, you know, I could have gone with the other map, but I didn't realize that it was, you know, kind of a trap. Again, Star Wars, it's a trap. One of my favorites growing up. I am definitely an old Star Wars fan. Let's see, fold that away. Alright, so let's go ahead and have a worker take this back to the farm. Oops. And then we got to pick up the tedder. Let's see. So I found that this little road right here is the perfect area to send the worker, because it gets you right on the doorsteps of the farm, but you're not in the road to where it's gonna like be in a bunch of people's way. Come on, there it goes. Alright, well, maybe one more pass. Oh no. Nope, not one more pass. I thought it was going to be, but one more after this. Let's see, let me take a look at something here real quick. Perfect. There we go. Oops, 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 oops. Slow down. And now, get this last little bit. Perfect. And let's take a look at the field here. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, let's go unload and should be able to keep a fair bit of this wheat. Got another little product for chickens. There we go. Oh, nice. We can just hop on that little road right there. That'll work out perfectly. Perfect. Go. Wow, another 37,900, almost 38,000. Okay. This way. So yeah, we're going to drop this off at the grain mill, figure out how much we got as a remainder, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I have here to the chicken coop, top it off, and then put the rest into the silo. And then one thing I want to double check, I don't think my silo takes seeds. I'll have to think about it. There we go. All right, let's see what we get left over. Let's see. There it goes. Perfect. Now, all right, 7,530 liters left over. That's not too shabby. Take the rest of this and go to the farm. And once we get back to the farm, like I said, we're going to dump out, I don't know, I think it's only like 600 liters or so that's going to take to fill the chicken coop. It's not, the chicken coop is not that large. It's really, really small. Let's see. Okay, still caught up with the chat. That's awesome. I tell you what, I like the speed of these JCBs, but I don't like how long it takes to get up to speed. It really feels sluggish and underpowered. It was one of those, I just wish that this had just a bit more grunt, a little bit more power to be able to get up to speed and maintain that speed easier, especially when towing. But I'm understanding as to why it works out that way. It just... I wish, I wish. Oh, you know what? So here's a funny story. So my daughter sleeps with a little sound machine. And the reason that is because where I live, we're relatively close to a main road. And I guess what just reminded me to talk about this was uh, I just heard a cop car go driving past. Well, here the past couple of mornings, she's been waking up um, like at 7, 6:30, somewhere in that ballpark. And normally she'll sleep until 8, 9. Like she sleeps really, really good. Um, but here the past couple of mornings, she hasn't. Well, I walked into her room this morning to get her up after she had woken up, and turns out that she noise machine that we have for her was off. And I know that my wife and I said it last night, so it's one of those past couple of mornings we've been noticing it's not staying on all through the night. Well, it's one of those smart noise machines. You can link it to your phone and change it from your phone, do that, like stuff like that. But the application stopped receiving um, updates for as best I could tell, and it's just not working anymore. So we just stopped using the app and we just use the buttons on the device itself. Well, past couple mornings, like I mentioned, it's not working. It's not staying on all night. So I decided to go on to Amazon today and buy a new one, kind of thing. And I found one that's really cool because it actually has like physical like buttons. It's got like a volume knob to where you can turn it up and down with the turn of a knob, kind of thing. And it's got an actual on-off switch, so it's not just gonna turn off. And if, let's say, the power goes out, kind of thing, it'll turn back on once the power is restored. So really, really happy I bought it, and really hoping it kind of works out for her, because past couple of mornings have been a little bit earlier than what we're used to, which is fine. I mean, it's certainly not a tragedy. She is an amazing sleeper, and we've been very, very blessed, with her personality, and just I know there's other parents out there right now who say, oh, she sleeps until 8, 9, and then want to are just staring daggers into their phone or device that they're watching this on right now. It's like, just sheer jealous. And look, I get it. It's one of those that she, we're lucky. We're incredibly lucky with her. She's incredibly even-tempered, um, incredibly smart. Like, it was funny. Um, this is the first time she's done this, at least that I've noticed. But we're trying to take her pacifier away while she's up during the day, and only giving it to her when she's like really upset or she's getting ready to go down. Which typically the only time she gets upset is when she's really tired and she wants to go to bed, kind of thing. So it's one of those where kind of coincides. It just kind of just so happens to work out that we give her a passy and she's ready to go lay down and take a nap or go to sleep overnight. Well, I went to, I was telling her, it's like, okay, well, hand me your passy. It's time to, time to spit it out, kind of thing. And all of a sudden, I hold my hand out underneath her chin, and she just bloop, spits it out. Like, she knew exactly what I was doing, what I was asking her for, and just immediately just did it, kind of thing. And it was just one of those kind of it's amazing to see when you're teaching your children something and all of a sudden they do it, kind of thing. It's a very rewarding kind of thing. Like, she's almost 2. She'll be 2 in February. But she started to be able to identify colors. So my wife, she started to um, draw with those special markers that only write on the little special pieces of paper, kind of thing. Like, you could go and write on your wall and you wouldn't see anything, wouldn't turn color or anything like that. But my wife asked her, when they're drawing, she's like, where's the red marker? And all of a sudden she would, put down the marker that was in her hand and she'd pick up the red marker. And it was one of those kind of like wow kind of moments. And it's one of those, we weren't even really teaching her colors. It's just something that she just so happened to kind of pick up on. And I mean, we've talked to her about colors. It's not like we're not teaching her colors or anything. It's just we haven't put a lot of emphasis on it. And then all of a sudden she just kind of did it, and it was just mind-boggling to us. But it's one of those, like I said, it's an amazing feeling to see the kind of progress that you see with your children, kind of thing. One day they're just this little, helpless, you know, creature that's in your hands, and is only able to communicate with whines and cries. And as a parent, you eventually start to learn what each one of those distinctive cries are. And as far as I'm aware, every kid has this. There's the hunger cry, there's the I'm dirty cry, there's all these different kind of things that the child will do. And eventually you as the parent eventually start to pick up on those subtle changes. If it's more of like a whiny kind of cry, then it's likely because they're tired or hungry, kind of thing, and you need to do something according. And it's really cool. It's really cool because not only do they learn and grow, but you as the parent, learn and grow and become something a bit more than where you started. And it's really cool. I like I said, it's when you get to see those milestones and you get to see them kind of meeting each one of them and kind of progressing on onto the next. It's really inspiring. It's really like wow, that's something that I was able to pass on, and you know and be able to pass on and to show the right way to do things, kind of thing. It's really cool to see that kind of progress in your child. Keep skipping all these little chunks. Let's see. It is 11:39. I'm thinking, because how early I was up today and whatnot. I know this is going to be a shorter stream, and I apologize for that. But I think after all this is said and done, this will be kind of the good spot to kind of leave it, because like I said, it's getting late. I'm pretty exhausted, and yeah, it's just one of those. Came on here to get some work done and be able to hopefully progress in the story here. Either we might have enough contracts where it'd be worth doing another live stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how all that kind of works out. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But certainly tomorrow, if we do come on to do a stream, it'll be with notifications, not like, kind of the last second thing that we did today. Which again, I apologize for. It was one of those. Was not planning on doing a stream. It just kind of, happened. I tell you what, I love that animation. That whole grass flicking into hay animation. So cool. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. Let's see, and all we gotta do after this is bale it and then transport it. Which all we gotta do is transport it right there. Right to those buildings right over there. Right around the corner. Hey, Deco, how's it going? Hello, hope everyone's fine. Doing fantastic now that we're here tonight. One of those, you weren't around for the explanation earlier, but Farming Simulator last night or yesterday received an update patch, the 1.13.1 I think it was, and it ended up breaking my game. I would load into the game and it would only get to the 20% mark, and then all of a sudden, boom, just would freeze. It wouldn't do anything beyond that. So one of those had to deal with last night. It took about 3.5 hours to finally figure out what mod was clashing with the system. And the reason I say it was the patch update and not the mod the whole time kind of thing is I didn't download any mods before the issue started occurring. So yeah, eventually I figured out the mod that was in question and was able to get it back up and running. But like I said, it took almost 3.5 hours. It was just an absolute nightmare. But now we're here and we're happy, as some would say. But how about you? How are you doing tonight? It is, what is it? It's about 5:45 your time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, is it 5:45 or 4:45? Sounds like a nightmare. Yes, absolutely was a nightmare. It stunk, because like I said, I was planning on coming on here last night to record an episode, and then just nope, couldn't work. And then I had to go, like I said, line by line, row by row, in order to try and diagnose which mod was in conflict. And it was so bad I couldn't even start a new save game, like a new map kind of thing. So it was one of those, it was definitely, I could figure out it was definitely a mod, and it was definitely, something that needed to be addressed, because I couldn't even do anything beyond that. Yep, it's early here. Dog woke me up. Oh no, sorry to hear that. Yeah, we got 3 dogs here, and it's one of those that they're starting to get a little old, especially our black lab. He's really getting old, and he will occasionally thinks he hears something. I don't think he's going deaf or anything, but he's starting to get hard of seeing. But he'll react to voices and stuff like that. He'll come when you call him, kind of thing. But yeah, he it's one of those, I think he thinks he hears something every once in a while, and all of a sudden he'll just like get up and start barking out of the blue. Like nothing's outside or nothing triggered it, but thankfully at night he doesn't. Well, Thankfully, at night, none of them really bark because they're, sitting there sawing logs. But actually, Deco, seeing that you are in the chat, it just kind of reminded me. Be a good opportunity for me to give you, as well as the other Tier 2 members, a shout out. So I will go ahead and do that real quick. So, as I mentioned, Deco71 is one of our Tier 2 members, channel members. Thank you, Deco, so much for being a Tier 2. As well as Mark K. Thank you very much for being a Tier 2 channel member. And if you are interested in being a Tier 2 or Tier 1 channel member, go ahead and check out the main channel page there and the join button. We've got, like I said, 2 tiers, one starting at 99 cents and the other at $4.99 a month. Each one of them will get you different sets of perks related to this channel, starting with custom emojis, custom badges, early access to edited content such as the Let's Plays and Shorts. And Tier 2s will get you, like what we just did here, the shoutouts after every, well, not after, but during every single live stream. So, like I said, if you're interested, the main channel page and the join button is where you can check it out. And it goes to directly support the channel. It is certainly not mandatory or anything like that, not necessary whatsoever. It is a mechanism in place to just show your support for the channel. And that's why I specifically set it up in the way I did. I did not want it to be a kind of exclusive kind of club or anything like that. It was simply a mechanism to show that you're enjoying the content and that you want to help support the channel in its sustainability and its growth. So again, thank everybody who is a member to the channel. Thank you, Deco71, for being a channel member and for being one for as long as you have. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so I think that's all my highlights. Let's see. Hey, Saskatchewan just hit 136. Hey, congratulations. Good job. Glad to hear it. Keep it up. You'll be at 200 in no time. Let's see. So we're going to now take this back. We're going to pick up the windrower and baler. We're going to make some hay bales, and then we've got to transport. Like I said, I'm kicking around the thoughts of the new bale trailer, or not the new bale trailer, but the new baler. It's one of those, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I keep saying how live streams are not meant to progress the story. They're meant to get the work done and to be a record of work. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stick to it. Saskatchewan says the world has gone crazy in news. Oh yeah, a lot of crazy stuff's going on in the world nowadays, but one of those that, again, another reason why we started the channel is we just wanted to be able to entertain and provide some relief, because there's way too many stressors in the world nowadays. If we can provide a place for people to come to hang out and kind of not necessarily forget, but to be able to help deal with the stresses of everyday life, then hopefully I can provide that. Hopefully we can do that. So that's kind of like I said, the whole kind of point of the channel is to just be entertaining and have a place to go and just to hang out and have fun. So yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and put this away. Actually, I completely forgot to wash all these before I started putting them away. So let's do this. Put this here. Saskatchewan says, I live in a small town. I was live today. Oh, nice. Okay. Like, you mean live in your town, or do you mean just live, like doing a live stream? Like what we're doing here for Farming Simulator? Just clean these off real quick so they don't receive excess damage. There we go. Yeah, this way. Oh, but live stream shut down? Ah, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Oops, 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 oops. There's a barn right there. There, perfect. Now we need the windrower. As well as the baler. Oops. There we go. And now we're going to take this stuff over there so we can get the bales. Then we'll have to come back and get the bale trailer. But now this part's easy. Windrowing, oh, so much easier. Let's see. Pull over here. Oh, let's see what it says here. We've got Deco says, oh, soon 1,000 subs. There will be a celebration stream anytime soon. Oh, 100% there will be a celebration stream at 1,000 subs. There will be the traditional, thank you video as I put out for the channel. But then, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a big, 1,000 subscriber stream. Yeah, I'm last count. I think we're 32 away. But that was at the start of the stream. I don't know if anybody subscribed since then. But yeah, no, we're knocking on the door. And like I was mentioning earlier too, we've received such amazing growth over the past like 13, 14 days. What's today? Today's the 10th. Since the 28th of last month, we have received such amazing growth. Starting with, again, Rusty Money and the raid that him and his crew did to the channel. We ended up getting, I think it was like 12 subscribers on that day alone. And a vast majority from the raid. And again, thank you, Rusty Money, and thank you everybody who joined on that raid. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. But from that day forward, we were receiving 7 subscribers, 8 subscribers, 9 subscribers, just like day after day after day. And I think yesterday was the smallest that we received day over day at 3 subscribers. So it's just one of those, like, we've just been rocking and rolling over the past, 13 days, give or take, 13, 14 days. And today was another day where we gained quite a bit. I think we, last I checked, I think we were at 5 or 6 subscribers today. So it's just one of those that I'm so excited to see the channel doing well, that we're kind of hitting the stride of growth and, just constant, progression, towards 1,000 and beyond. Like I've said numerous times, I don't have necessarily a goal. I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to reach 100,000, or I want to reach this, that, and the other thing. I'm happy wherever I am, kind of thing. So it's one of those, would I be thrilled for that volume? Absolutely. but I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to try and set that as a goal, or I want to be able to, you know, get to X, Y, and Z. It's just I'm happy with whatever I'm able to get, and grateful for every single person out there who is subscribed to the channel and beyond, kind of thing. I never expected the channel to do as well as it is right now, and one of those that oops, what is going on here? Oh, the silly Dave. Bailers don't work like that. There we go. Now we're talking. Perfect. Oh, we've got some in the road. Let's... Yeah, it's one of those that... it's one of those where I've said this many times, and I'll probably keep saying it. It's an incredibly humbling experience to see the channel doing as well as it's doing, and getting people signed up with the subscription, being subscribers, and all that. It's incredibly humbling to see just how many people are enjoying the channel and enjoying the content, and just all that, and just the great community of people that we have found along the way is incredible. That's honestly one of the biggest things I'm completely in awe over and shocked about, is the group of people that we have met along the way is just phenomenal. I would have never, in my wildest dreams, would have been like, would have been thinking that I would have met such amazing people, along the way. So such people that I'm genuinely excited to, get on these streams, to talk with, to hang out with, and then, beyond that, the next level deeper, like with Deco, perfect example, hopping on at, all hours of the morning to be on the stream, or whether it's because of the dogs, or whatever. I mean, it's just being able to communicate in real time with somebody halfway across the world is just stunning. It is genuinely something I never thought I would do, kind of thing. Like I said, I growing up, I've had pen pals. That was something that was back in my day, kind of thing. Back in school, we write letters from people all over the country, and all over the world, kind of thing. But it's one of those where now we have... Oh, there's a big chunk right there. There we go. It's one of those, now we have the technology to be able to talk in real time. I mean, yeah, there was telephones and stuff like that, but then you're spending, an arm and a leg just to call international, kind of thing. But now we live in a world where we can, communicate in real time, at the price of whatever you spend on your internet, kind of thing. So it's just so cool. So cool. And not something I ever thought would be something that I got so excited to do. I get on, to Farming Simulator every single evening, and I'm excited to not only just to get on to play the game, but to, like I said, to interact and to be around all of you. It's fantastic. It is absolutely next level kind of thing. And like I said, I can't wait to cross that 1,000 subscriber mark. That'll be awesome. But I'm gonna, keep on putting in the hard work and the effort to, hopefully go beyond. Hopefully, keep up the momentum. Like I was saying earlier, keep on pushing. Anybody who follows me on my social media, like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, will know that that's a song that I like to use, for certain bits of content, specifically on Instagram. It's called "Keep on Pushing." I can't remember the artist who sings it, but it's true. I plan on putting in the hard work, to keep this channel, fun, entertaining, keep putting out new content, and hopefully one of these days we can start putting out more content, bigger content, kind of thing. It's just one day at a time, one day at a time. I just look forward to seeing what tomorrow brings with this channel, with all the people that I interact with on a very regular basis. Like I said, it's one of those where I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but whatever it brings is going to be a good thing. Because I'm like I said, I'm gonna keep putting in the work. I'm gonna keep putting in the work and stride towards, making something that people find entertaining and are gonna want to participate in. So, like I said, that's been my promise to everyone here, to everyone who watches the channel. Whatever bits of content, that people subscribe to the channel for, or watching the channel for, I'm going to keep putting in the effort to make sure that it's there. So I hope I continue over the years to continue to earn those subscriptions, to earn those, not just the new ones, but continue to earn the people who've been here for, however long. The channel is over a year old now. And I've got subscribers who have been here since, almost day one, kind of thing. Like I said, I hope I continue to make content that earns that subscription, that earns that follow. We got, what, 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. Oh, much better. Every once in a while, like I keep saying, I have Dust Bunny in the back of my head saying how gotta stay hydrated. That's my plan. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I absolutely love how the community that we're building has come together and has created its own kind of personality, its own flair. There we go. I love how the channel has taken on um, its own kind of vibe. And like I said, a lot of that is because of you know of the viewers, the people that I get to interact with. It's like I said, as an example, those kind of special little things that we have come up with for the channel. Crimea River came up with wiggle bottom tractors, kind of thing. Same thing with Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny doing the Steiger. With the arm pump emoji. Like I can't tell you the number of times where I've come on, just not onto here, but just in random was thinking about, like the last time this happened, I was thinking about something to do with strength, and I think it was actually like inner strength, like being able to survive, harsh like traumas. I can't remember exactly. It was a little while ago, but and then all of a sudden, like again, like my brain does, will go into just random kind of bloop kind of mode, and then all of a sudden it's like, that's when I started thinking the Steiger and the arm pump kind of thing. It's like that strength kind of thing. So yeah, at the and it just brought a big smile to my face. Even though I was sitting there thinking about something that was kind of a serious subject at the time, it was one of those, like, I could still smile about it because I'm thinking about the kind of funny parts, the quirks that exist here. And it's fantastic, like I said. Let's see, let me go ahead and pull over here and see what the chat is reading, or what the chat is saying, I should say. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, we'll get some sleep. It's 10:51. I gotta get up early tomorrow because tomorrow is Veterans Day. Gotcha. Well, Saskatchewan, I hope you have yourself a great night. Thank you for stopping by tonight. And, good luck and keep on pushing with your subscriber base. I hope that it keeps on growing for you as well. Like I said, you're at 136 now. Hopefully you can keep on pushing. Here in the next several days, you can get up to 150 and beyond. Keep on going, bud. Keep on doing it. There we go. Back on the farm. We're going to drop off the... Yeah, we're going to drop off the baler first. There we go. And there. Now... Okay, now we've got to pick up all the bales. Oof. There's a building there. It's one of those things where you see other YouTubers, like Farmer Cop and whatnot, and one thing that Farmer Cop does, I think is absolutely hilarious, is his little crash counter. Anytime he's on stream or anytime he's doing something there and he runs into something, or he, isn't paying as much attention as he should, and then all of a sudden he just crashes into, a car, whatever the case may be. And he gets the crash counter +1, and, he plays the wreck sound. Ooh. Gotta go around. Alright, so we're gonna take this over to the field over there. We're gonna pick up all the bales. We're gonna sell off the bales. I don't know if I'm gonna sell all the bales or if I'm gonna keep some of the hay. I might, you know, that's a good point. It'd probably be a good idea to keep some of the hay because we're gonna have to make some TMR here soon. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah, I think we are gonna keep some because yeah, that is one of the main components in TMR is the hay. So if I can get it for free, then you know, might as well. Well, technically not for free because if I put in the work, but let's see. So yeah, we're gonna grab all the bales. Let's see, am I in? Okay, I am in operating. Let's see. Let's click. Nope. Minimize that. Okay. So we're almost to the field. We're going to pick up all the bales, like I said, and we've got to take them over to this forage sell point that we have set up over at the animal dealer over here. Once we get all that done, then we can take everything back to the farm. Oh, what happened? Okay, there we go. That was weird. I don't know why I didn't pick up that bale as we passed by the first one. Huh. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Not a huge deal. Okay. So this... Boop, 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 boop. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15 bales. Okay. It's not too bad. Last one. Here we go. Bam. 15 bales. Now let's see how we can kind of... Now this is the forage sell point, right? Let's see. Forage sell point, yes. So that's the one here on the left. Let's see, we're up to 89%. There we go. And 8 bales left. That's, whew, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's take this back to the farm. We'll put this in the hay loft so that way we can store it. Here eventually, like I said, we're going to have to make some TMR here soon because the cows are running out. They are... Let's see, 13,000 liters. So yeah, we're gonna have to do it sometime soon. It's gonna have to happen. Let's see, it looks like the vineyard's doing all right. Should be growing here soon. Let's see, how's all the product over here at the greenhouses? We'll just get a look at it as we drive by. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, that is full. So yeah, we're gonna have to come over here and empty out some of these products. All right, so let me think. If I take this back, yeah, I'm gonna have to take this back, and then after I take it back and get everything all situated and put away, let me think. I'll be able to maybe I'll take a load or two of the manure and slurry. Actually, you know what? I don't necessarily have to do that. No, I think. Let's see. Oops, oops, oops. There we go. Yeah, no, we'll probably hang on to that. We'll save that for another time. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up pretty quick. Let's see. Make a wide turn. Oh, oh, there's a wall. There we go. And then take this over here. Perfect. Now, all right, check it out. 169,000 liters of hay. All right, that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. All right, let's go ahead and put this away. And then I think, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We did all right. You know, for coming on really late and not doing our normal kind of startup time, which is 9:30 Eastern. We actually came on at about 10:15. So about 45 minutes later, we were able to get 3 contracts done. Ooh, speaking of which, bam. There we go. So yeah, I think you know what? Let's do this. Let's stop struggling by going to the reverse. There we go. Look at that. Ta-da. And just like that, I think we're good to go. But I want to thank everybody who came out tonight. Like I said, I know this was kind of impromptu, last minute kind of stream with no notifications on social medias like I normally do. With everything that kind of happened over the past day and a half-ish, just kind of worked out better to just hop on tonight. But it is certainly not going to be the norm where I just kind of come on, you know, without warning. So again, I apologize, but I am incredibly grateful for everybody come out here. Thank you all so very much. I hope you enjoyed this live stream tonight. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.